Madam President, we're recording.
Good morning. Welcome to the special meeting of the Board of Water and Power Commissioners. Today is Thursday, November 18, 2021. This proceeding is broadcast on Channel 35. The exact broadcast times can be found by contacting Channel 35. General Counsel?
Good morning. This special meeting of the Board of Water and Power Commissioners is being conducted pursuant to and in conformity with California Assembly Bill 361. Certain members are appearing remotely. Anybody wishing to offer public comment on this agenda item may do so by calling 213-306-3065. I repeat, that number is 213-306-3065. When prompted, please enter code 248-2261-2555. Again, that's 248-2261-2555. Public comment will be limited to the single agenda item. If you are calling and watching this from a broadcast, please turn down your computer so that we don't receive feedback. At this point, Madam Secretary, I return it to you for a roll call.
Thank you. President McCLAIN-HILL?
Present.
Vice President Reyes?
Present.
Commissioner NEEMAN Brady?
Present.
3 members present in a quorum.
Thank you, and good morning. We have convened this meeting. First, let me say that we're joined here today in our boardroom by our Vice President, Commissioner Reyes, on web by our Commissioner NICOLE NEEMAN Brady. We're also joined at the dais by our General Manager, by the head of our power system, our attorney, and in our meeting room, our representatives from our power system, along with representatives from our labor union, IBEW, and thank you all for being here. We've convened a special board meeting in honor of LADWP employee Michael Lemester, who died in the line of duty 2 weeks ago on Thursday, November 4th. First and foremost, the Board of Water and Power Commissioners extends our condolences to Mr. Lemester's bereaved family, his wife Michelle, and son Joshua, and to his co-workers and crew here at work who very much respected and valued Michael. We extend our deepest sympathies to all who know and loved Michael. Mike, as he was known among his peers, was a senior cable splicer for our power system. He was part of a crew performing hazardous service work when he contacted an energized circuit in an underground vault. He's worked for the department for 16 years, joining LADWP in September 2005 as an electrical craft helper for the power transmission and distribution. He then worked as an electric distribution mechanic trainee and electric distribution mechanic. Just last June, Mike was promoted to senior cable splicer. Mike was well liked and respected by his colleagues. He worked at several locations within the power system, including Artesian, Wilmington District, and Central District. He was active in yard operations and was an involved member of Central District DC 7 committee, where he planned holiday festivities for co-workers and family members. Mike's tragic passing has weighed heavily on many of us in the department, including those like me who did not have the honor of meeting him in person. I believe this is because of 2 things. First, Mike's sacrifice reminds us of the very real hazards of the work that many of our employees, especially those out in the field, perform each day. We don't often think about the dangers of working with high voltage equipment or around heavy duty equipment and heavy pipes, but they are real, brave men and women behind the water and electricity that runs the city. And they work all across it each and every day to serve our customers. They do so faithfully, without thanks or recognition. They're on the front lines, and they are unsung heroes, especially during rain and windstorms, when fire strikes, and following earthquakes when the power goes out. Our line crews work in hazardous conditions, and it's during times like these, when a crew member is lost in the line of duty, that we are reminded just how hazardous their work is. Mike's passing also weighs heavily on us because safety is a high priority for us here at DWP. We train and equip our employees so they can go home and take care of their families. And when tragic accidents like the one that took Mike's life happen, we know the life of their loved ones, their coworkers, will be forever changed. Though this loss is difficult and painful, the LADWP family has come together today to show our respect for one of our own and to show our support for Mike's family. We will come together again when Mike's life is celebrated and he is laid to rest after the new year. But today, we are standing down to honor Mike Lemester's life, his service, and his sacrifice. We stand down in his honor and in remembrance of the over 300 LADWP utility workers who have died in the line of duty over the course of this department's history. We stand in solidarity with the over 11,000 members of our staff to not only remember Mike, but to appreciate the work that our great utility workers perform for the city of Los Angeles every day. May Mike Lemester rest in peace, and may our observance today serve as a small but important symbol of our undying support for all who serve to provide water and electric service to the people of the city of Los Angeles. And with that, I will turn over to Mr. Adams.
Thank you very much. And I'd like to thank our board president, Cynthia McCLAIN-HILL, and our other water and power commissioners for calling the special board meeting in honor of our fallen coworker, Michael Lemester. As she said, he passed away 2 weeks ago today, and we are taking this moment to recognize and honor him. And convening this board meeting in his memory is extremely meaningful to all of our crews and all of our staff, and it's very appropriate and fitting for the heroism and service that he has shown for his 16 years at the department. Last week, the mayor called for all U.S. flags at all city facilities to be lowered to half-mast to honor Mike. And again today, we stand together as a department as we stand down at the time of the accident in Mike's memory. On behalf of the more than 11,000 employees of the department, I also would like to express my condolences to Mike's wife, Michelle, his son, Joshua, and his other family members, a number of whom are also department employees in their careers, as well as his many close friends that he had throughout the department. And I know there are no words to capture your grief, but I want you to know that your extended family here at LADWP stands with you. When this tragedy occurred, Mike was out in the field doing what he loved to do. As Brian Wilbur told me, he was first on the job, last off the job, first to respond to an emergency, always willing, always the first, most eager one to jump in and to help out. And he was doing what he loved to do to serve our customers in the city of Los Angeles. I want to thank and recognize his crew who did not hesitate to respond to the emergency, administer CPR, and do everything they could to aid him until the paramedics arrived. I find comfort in knowing that Mike was surrounded by his brothers in the electrical trade who were there with him to do what they could do. This truly captures the spirit of the LADWP family, which is also evident in the outpouring of support for the family led by his colleagues in IBEW Local 18. Commission President McCLAIN-HILL correctly stated how heavily this weighs on all of us. Safety is very important to the department and all of us here, and losing one of our own is a jarring reminder of the reality of the nature of the work that we do day in and day out. I would like our customers and stakeholders to know that this department is rich in committed, talented, and dedicated servants who are truly unsung heroes who perform dangerous work to serve our city every single day, keeping the lights on and the water flowing. And we are very, very proud of all of them. But make no mistake, no task is ever or ever will be more important to this work family than our employee safety, which we believe is a critical component of our service to the city. To Mike's grieving home and work family, my condolences once again. It is an honor to have him be part of LADWP, and we will continue to honor him and his memory through our work today and always. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Adams. At this time, I would like to invite Gus Corona to the dais.
Good morning, President McCLAIN-HILL, members of the DWP Board of Commissioners. On behalf of our business manager, Brian Darcy, our executive board, and the entire IBW Local 18 membership, I would like to offer our heartfelt condolences to Michael's wife, Michelle, and their son, Joshua, for their loss. Just know that we share in your grief and that we will always be here for both of you. I'd also like to take this opportunity to thank President McCLAIN-HILL and LADWP General Manager Marty Adams for your efforts in recognizing our fallen brother. We are here this morning to honor our union brother, senior cable splicer, Michael Lemester, who was sadly taken from us far too soon. As an apprentice, Michael's desire was to become a journeyman, and he put his heart and soul into accomplishing that goal. And as a journeyman, he took pride in his trade by always working hard, teaching his trade, and being the best that he could be. Like thousands of IBW members, Michael came to work each and every day in order to provide an essential service to the city, which for the most part goes unnoticed until, of course, the power goes off or the water stops flowing. November 4th was supposed to be just one of those days, but instead it became a grim reminder on how unforgiving this work can be. To the members of Michael's crew that day, David McClung, Anthony Richards, Ben Wynn, Jonathan Pacheco, Jason Macias, Michael Rourke. Your valiant efforts in rescuing and attempting to save Michael's life that day will never be forgotten. And we know that you will carry that memory with you for the rest of your careers. Michael Lemester paid the ultimate price in the performance of his duties on November 4th. And for that, the citizens of Los Angeles, the employees of LADWP, and his union sisters and brothers will always be indebted to him. Mike, you will be missed, but you'll never be forgotten. Rest in peace, my brother.
Thank you. I will now invite Mr. Wilbur to provide remarks.
Thank you. For those of us who chose this career that Michael Lemester had, we have a deep understanding of the hazards that are involved with it. We know it, we lived it, we've seen what it can do, both the prosperous and the destructive sides. It's part of a career that we know and we love and we accept it. The lineman splicer is a special breed of person. Not everybody wants to do this job. Not everybody can do this job. A lot of terms come to mind when we describe lineman splicers: first responders, cowboys, confident, arrogant, macho. But for those that knew Michael best, they would describe him as a kind-hearted, hardworking family man. A good man. Michael truly was a good man. Those that worked for him or trained underneath him would describe him as helpful, patient trainer. Those that worked alongside him would describe him as a good friend and a hard worker. For those of us that have supervised him and on nearly a daily basis uttered the phrase, "Yes, Michael, what now?" We knew we could always count on him to take the job seriously, to step up and do everything that was asked of him without question. He was reliable, steady, hardworking, and above all, a good man. This past summer, my daughter got a tattoo on her arm. In real small script, it said, "This too shall pass." And I was very surprised about it. And she said with everything that's been going on and everything that's going on in her life, it was a gentle reminder of everything that she's endured and what she's going through. As a father, I was horrified to know that she lives 20 minutes away and I knew so little of what was going on in her life. But the other part of the irony is this tattoo, "This too shall pass," right, is permanently affixed to her arm. So it truly won't pass. It's going to be there for the rest of her life. It's that gentle reminder of all of those things. So now I think of those words, "This too shall pass." So here at the department, we will carry on and continue our work supplying water and power to the city. Michael's family and friends will pick up the shattered pieces and carry on. From what I know of Michael's wife, son, and his family, they are strong, they have support, they'll work through this tragedy. For Michael's extended family here at the department, there is a lot of support, a lot of understanding, a tremendous amount of outreach, and we will continue to move forward. But Michael's death will always be a reminder of the work that our employees do and the hazards that they face every day. The Department of Water and Power is a close family, and this tragedy affects all of us. My deepest condolences to Michael's wife, Michelle, his son, Josh, all of Michael's family and friends, as well as his extended family here at the Department of Water and Power.
Thank you, sir. Before moving to the stand down, I'd like to invite Commissioner Reyes to make any remarks that she'd like to make this morning.
Thank you very much, and good morning, everyone. Sorrow fills our hearts. This sad moment, a sorrow that is deep and personal. For me, it's really personal because I worked here. This is my family, and anytime you lose a member of a family, the pain is deeply felt, and the loss reminds us of all the other workers and family members who have sacrificed their lives because they're committed to deliver the service that we owe the constituents of the city of Los Angeles. For me, it's also personal because we live and breathe safety. Safety is our value here at LADWP, but yet there is no certainty that everyone will be safe at every moment. And when such tragedy happens, we feel it running through our veins, thinking what went wrong and what could we have done better. And now that I'm a member of this commission, I know that this commission is doubly committed to ensure the safety of our 11,000 workers day in and day out in whatever they do, and especially in the field of work that Michael and his crew does. So for Michael's family, I am so sorry for your loss. I hope you can find comfort and peace during this difficult time, and know that we are behind you and will lift up Michael's memory and legacy. I know his legacy will live on because we are family, and we are going to ensure that. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Thank you. It is 10:50. The 10:51, actually. The time of accident was 10:52. 2 weeks ago today, this department will begin its full stand down of all personnel at precisely 10:52, and will stay in that state for a total of 5 minutes. Can we please commence the stand down? Thank you all for joining us here today. Mr. Wilbur, will we be hearing from?
Yes, she should be on.
Before we close our meeting, we are joined by Mrs. Lemester. Thank you for being with us today, and please, the floor is yours.
I just want to say I am so grateful for all that you guys have done. There are no words that I can say thank you. The appreciation and the love and the outpouring that we have received has been unmatched, absolutely unbelievable. It's just, I can't, I am so humbled, and I thank you so much for everything that you guys have done. I really appreciate it. And it is just, I don't know what to say. I have no words to express the gratitude that we have. And I just thank you so, so much. And thank you. Thank you for everything you've done, the love that you've given us, the care, the prayers. You know, Mike he's in heaven, and I know he's in a better place. And it's just all of us that have to deal with him being gone, that's the hard part. So I just thank you all for everything you've done. We greatly, greatly appreciate it. I just say thank you from the very bottom of my heart. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. We are here with you today and will be with you always. I see my board member, Ms. NEEMAN Brady. Is there a comment that you would like to make before we close? Okay, thank you. Are there public comments?
Yes. The first caller with area code 213, last two digits 45.
Is it related to this item?
Caller, are you there? It could be internal. And then we have another caller that seems internal. It looks like an internal number, 5 digits, last two digits 25. Caller, are you there?
Hearing no public comments, would you please close the public comment?
All public comment is now closed.
Thank you. And today's meeting is adjourned. Thank you.